Hiya everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mandatory Redistribution Party. In case you've missed it, this is the penultimate episode of Season 1. After today's ep, there is only one more before we rest our cockles and gather our energies for a triumphant return. The final episode of the series will come from the audio of an end-of-season livestream we're broadcasting this coming Friday the 22nd of May on Sean Morley's Twitch page, twitch.tv/Sean Moore, at 8pm GMT +1. But if you can't make it, it will be condensed and turned into our season finale for next week. As ever, if you want to support us, please find our Patreon in the show notes. All Patreon payments will be paused starting next month while we're between seasons, but it will still unlock some extra content for you if you want to sign up. Today's episode is about techno-utopianism, techno-exploitation, and techno being a cube with arms. Dig in. It is autumn. The United Kingdom has suffered its second peak from the coronavirus, and a new lockdown has begun in earnest.
Oh no.
The World Health Organization has warned that there is still no meaningful progress on a vaccine, and will need to be prepared that this virus is just something the world population will need to live with. It will be part of our lives like the common cold and the winter flu. The very next day, you wake up to a mass email from John McDonnell. He's joined up with a string of activists, including Tom from MySpace and the people behind the failed 2014 social media network Ello, to launch his new initiative, Momentum X.
Okay.
The email explains that Momentum X has one crucial difference from its predecessor. In order to sign up, you will need to download your entire consciousness intact into their cloud servers.
What?
Below the email is a flashing red button that says, Download Consciousness, in a reassuring Helvetica font.
My computer doesn't have that. I got a USB port, I got 3.5mm jack, I got HDMI. Where's me go? What am I putting in? My thumb? Am I just jamming my thumb into a USB?
Let's say in August they roll out Internet 3.
Internet 3,
and so
okay.
The distinction between website software and hardware are all a bit blurry now.
Okay, so somehow this email contains a 3D unprinter that will un-3D print me out of reality and into... Hold on, will it leave my flesh and bones? Or will, what's it going to do? If I click that button, are a series of electric tendrils going to burst out of the monitor and take my, quote, soul, unquote, into John McDonnell's AI singularity? Or will it go and then unprint, like a 3D printer but in reverse? My
will
entire
you still
body?
have a mind? Will you still have a mind?
Will it just take my consciousness or will it take my body?
Your consciousness will essentially be duplicated. You'll feel nothing. You'll have to just hold your thumb over a scanner for a second or get a retinal scan or something of that level of low invasiveness.
Okay.
Then your consciousness is duplicated and placed within the cloud servers. But as far as you're concerned, the consciousness you're in now just continues life as normal.
This raises a whole other series of questions. Because obviously you got the classic transportation issues, not the fly ones where it's is there a fly in the room that's going to get transported in with me and I'm going to get mixed in with that consciousness and I'm going to be in the Momentum X, but I'm looking for the bins and there's no bins because there's no trash in the...
Yeah, you're vomiting on everything before you eat.
Yeah. Or I'm arm wrestling people and their arms snap off.
What a winner.
There's the Star Trek one of are transporters suicide machines. In Star Trek, the TV show Star Trek that I love, they have these things called transporters. You heard the Beam Up Scotty thing, right? You know about transporters. So you stand on the transporter and it transports you, teleports you to the planet or the other ship or whatever. It's because they had no money. So they, instead of having to film a ship landing, the people vanish and then they reappear. But when you vanish, essentially, that is you being killed. That person doesn't exist anymore, but an exact replica of you is being made in the new place that has continuity of consciousness. It continues the thoughts and still has all the memories of you previously, so that in Star Trek canon, that is you. But if there's two of me, that's like in Star Trek, which I think there's a couple of episodes where this kind of thing happens, where someone is transported, the original doesn't disappear. So then there's two consciousnesses. You haven't necessarily entered Momentum X. I would be just making a copy of myself that's inside Momentum X.
Yeah, a copy of your mind would be inside.
I don't want to create another me.
Not at all?
No, we've been through this with antinatalism. I don't want to create another consciousness into a world that is basically shit.
If you were to split in two now, like a worm, you wouldn't have the same responsibilities.
It's not real, the worm thing.
Towards the other one.
It's not real.
Worms are real.
I know worms are real.
As far as I'm willing to talk on that subject.
Okay. I know what you mean. We'll continue.
I don't think you've got the same responsibilities towards a clone of yourself than you would to a child. They're not a dependent.
But I've created a consciousness.
And also, it's going to live inside Momentum X, which actually might be a better place to live than where you would live.
If Momentum X is better, hold on, because it would be exactly the same as my consciousness. So if I would like to live in Momentum, if I look at that email and I'm like, this sounds good, and then I decide to go in there, the replication of me that I put in John McDonald's Momentum X would be cool with it, because it would have made this. It's me. Would have made the same decision as me. But I think if I went in and it was good, I'd be like, oh shit. Jack 1, Jack 1's still out there with his thumb on the screen or whatever, making a cup of tea, whatever I'm doing. Do I just carry on?
Yeah.
Is it like plug into Matrix? When I push my thumb on the enter Momentum X thing, am I like, do I become almost an unconscious version of myself sat in my chair? Like I'm hooked up to the Matrix? No. So the moment I press my thumb to the screen. From that moment, there is Jack inside Momentum X.
Yeah.
And also, there's the guy who's just put his thumb on the computer and then just takes his thumb on the computer and goes, oh, I guess I've...
Yeah, so if I was filming this like I was the Wachowski sisters, right? Yeah. And I was going, how do I get this across to like a cinema-going audience? I would have you place your thumb on the consciousness scanner.
Yeah.
And then I would cut away to a scene of like inside cyberspace where a cyber version of Jack's consciousness is pieced together and goes, oh, wow, it must have worked. I'm inside Momentum X now. Yeah.
Do I have... am I just me in this thing? Am I me? Or am I like a fucking rhino? Or am I a cowboy?
You're you. You haven't been modified.
I'm going into a computer and I don't get to pick anything.
Okay. I thought it was like, do I come out as a blank square? Yeah. That is like just chosen. And John McDonald's like, no frills here. Yeah. We've got a mission here. I can't have you live in custom avies. Yeah. No, you can do character customization, but the way I
choose the square. I choose a cube with my arms.
Yeah, what, like a texture of your arms, but like widened to fit a cube?
No. A obsidian cube.
Yeah.
And then on two sides of the cube, there is my right arm and then my left arm on the other side.
Okay, so you haven't got a face or legs. You're a cube just floating around at a fixed move speed, but you have photorealistic, genuine Jack's arms.
Yeah. Well, they're my arms, not photorealistic. They are my arms.
And then you cut back to you in your room, taking your thumb off the scanner.
Yeah.
You go, I didn't feel anything. Did that work?
Yeah.
And then the email goes, ding, consciousness collected. You're like, all right. Well, back to my other emails.
Right.
You just go back to your inbox and continue your day.
Okay. That'd be stressing me out, man. I'm getting stressed out about it now. So if I've done it and it's downloaded and I'm like, right, well, I'm a cube in there.
Well, you don't know you're a cube, right? Well, you wouldn't know there was character customization. You'd know that if there was the opportunity.
I would have replied to the email and said, is there character customization? And then they said,
and then John would say yes.
Yes, lad. And then I'll go, all right, sound. And then I would put my thumb on it.
Yeah. And then you'd go, I can rest safe knowing that he's a cube.
Yeah, I'm a cube.
Then from then on, you can't know what this other consciousness is up to. How much would that stress you out?
Hugely. Yeah, it's really stressed me out.
Would you not see it as like a blood donation? I'm not worried about what happens to the blood. I'm just like, off you pop. I'll make more.
Yeah, the blood isn't conscious, is it?
More's the pity.
Oh my God. More's the pity. One of Sean Morley's dreams is to have his consciousness transferred into someone in an A&E.
Shouldn't have said that. So it would do your head in, right? Just knowing that your consciousness is off doing stuff and you can't even keep an eye on it. So a few months go by. Do you think you'd ever get it out of your head?
That I'm a consciousness inside John McDonnell's cube?
Yeah.
Well, I also feel like people would be
thinking about it all day long.
I would be thinking about it. Be all over the news. The Socialist Campaign Group has created a digitopia. People are cloning themselves and going into it. That'll be on the news.
I think it's in the papers, but it's like deep in. It's like a little column on the Metro. It's hard to explain to people
about it.
It's not clear.
People be tweeting about it.
Yeah. Sure, there were people tweeting about it. What the hell was this? And then 3 days go by.
Yeah, something new.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did my consciousness into it. Oh, what happened? I don't know. I know what it would look like if there was a customization. And someone goes, and then John tweets back, there is a customization you can customize. And that's it. There's just not enough to keep the story going. But then, maybe 2 or 3 months later, you're going out to eat somewhere where it's like a normal place you might go out if you just want to pick up some food.
I'm really hankering for some Kia Toya, South Manchester Japanese food. It's incredible. And affordable.
You've gone out to Kia Toya.
Yeah.
You're going up to select some food. The counter seems empty. When you approach it, a little hologram clicks into life. It's that kind of like Star Wars, light blue tinged interlacing, occasional distortion artifacts, heavily compressed audio style hologram.
We have created light speed travel, but we cannot nail holograms. Like, they're fucked. Like
all holograms you ever see depicted in media are really fucked and they've got a bad signal.
Well, the only reason they're fucked is to show that they're a hologram.
But that means even in real life, if we got holograms, you'd need to make them look like Star Wars holograms. Otherwise, people would keep moving out the way of them and not understanding that they're holograms.
So actually, it turns out to be true that holograms would look like that because that's how you would program them to look.
We've been told that's how holograms look. If they look perfect fidelity, you'd keep trying to talk to them and you wouldn't realise that they're like light arrays.
Yeah.
So this hologram comes out behind the counter of Kia Toya.
Yeah.
And it looks very familiar, actually.
Right.
Because it's you.
There's a hovering cube is serving me sushi.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But it doesn't seem to acknowledge you.
Oh, what?
It's just going through like, well, what do you want?
What?
Welcome to Kia Toya, what can I get you?
What? It doesn't remember me.
Hiya, welcome to Kia Toya, what can I get you? Here's our specials today.
Hello, Cube Jack. It's me, it's Jack 1.
Hi, you've come to Kia Toya. Would you like some food from our specials menu?
Yeah, I don't want specials. I know I'm getting vegetarian sushi. I'm getting vegetarian katsu curry, please. Oh, no, hold on. The Cube, it's me.
Is there anything else you'd like?
Yes, conversation with you, Cube. Are you me who I uploaded to John McDonnell's Momentum
Please limit
X?
your selections to the menu items.
Mate, I'm not having this. What are you doing?
I'm really sorry I'm at work.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're at work. I was hoodwinked by John McDonnell's customization options into uploading a consciousness into an email, and I've accidentally put you to work in a Japanese restaurant. I didn't expect that to be your fate.
I'm really sorry I'm at work. If you need more time to decide, I might need to serve the customers behind you.
Hello, Cube.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take the order of the people behind you. If you need more time to decide, there's a menu displayed on the wall.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah, just get me this sushi. When are you off? When do you leave work?
That's 13
When do you get off work?
Do you want contactless or
No,
cash?
when do you get off? So they only take cash. It's a nightmare. I always forget.
They're probably not open then, are they? During the second peak.
Yeah, the whole concept
They
of a
must have moved
restaurant
to
being
contactless
open.
now.
Yeah. When do you finish your shift?
I'm a hologram. I don't finish my shift. What are you talking about?
You don't finish your shift?
I'm a hologram.
You're not a hologram, you're me! You're conscious, Cube! What's your name, Cube?
I'm gonna have to go.
Cube, what's your
and
name?
Then suddenly,
Cube!
And then they shrink back, and they're replaced by someone you don't recognise.
What?
Who tries to confirm your order.
Where did they go?
They just shrinked into there's like a little thing on the floor. They sort of shrunk back into that like a genie.
Who made them shrink?
They could have voluntarily shrunk, or maybe a manager went, shrink this guy.
Was that me?
It's a complicated question. Looked like you. What would need to be true for that to be you? I'm trying to understand the question.
I tried to raise some of these issues way back at the start when I was very hesitant, but I was given, because I was given some mad assurance that it was probably some sort of utopia.
I just told you what's in the email.
I feel hoodwinked.
Should you though? They're just at work.
Yeah.
If I was working at a Japanese restaurant, someone I know goes, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Sorry, can I just take your order, please?"
Well,
like,
no.
You working here? What time do you get off? And you're like, I can't take this.
Because it's me.
I'm at work.
If you saw a replica of your own self that you knew was you and you had a hand in creating, serving at a Japanese restaurant, you'd freak the fuck out. It'd freak you nut.
Yeah, but they're at work. That's not their fault.
You've gone into a Japanese restaurant. It doesn't matter where they are.
If I'm working at Waterstones or whatever,
The
and then someone
workplace is
comes up to me
irrelevant.
and starts getting freaked out, I'm like, I'm really sorry. I just have to be at work now.
Well,
You have to
that's
talk to me when I'm not
irrelevant.
at work.
That's irrelevant. If it was, it doesn't matter if it's Waterstones or the Arndale, or it doesn't matter if you just encounter them on top of a mountain. That's
I
irrelevant.
wouldn't be at work there.
Well, no, they're not
They
at
could
work.
probably
They're
chat.
not at work. Yeah, but my issue is not the work. It is, why am I here? Why is this? What's happened? I'm confused. I don't understand why Momentum X is just sending people out to work. I'm confused about why my consciousness does not remember me.
Could just be at work.
Could just be at work. I feel like if I was at work and a clone of me came up to me and was like, Jack, I wouldn't just say, oh, sorry, I'm at work. Even if I was at work, I don't care how pissed off my boss would get. I would go, can I go on break? I'm just a guy who looks exactly like me and seems to believe I am a clone of him or a continuation of his consciousness. Can I just have a chat with him? I'm really sorry. And then even if my boss was like, no, you can't do that, I would say, well, I'm going to anyway. Fuck you.
That's where you and me differ. If I was just like a minimum wage, taking orders at a restaurant job, and I met my own clone, and I say to my line manager, can I have 5 minutes to talk to my clone? They're like, this is the busy shift. Can you not? I'll be like, yeah, fine.
No, I'm a much less compliant individual, I think. Have you ever been sacked?
Yeah.
All right. What did you get sacked for?
Due to incompetence, not disobedience.
Yeah, okay.
That's the Morley way. How are you proceeding?
I'm fucking breaking into the restaurant and taking whatever's projecting the hologram out.
So you've picked up what's essentially, it looks like a school disco LED. It's a little bit heavier. You've managed to get that home.
Yeah.
You turn it on and it goes, connect hologram database.
Okay.
Do you have one of those?
I don't have one of them. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh, right. Fucked it.
I go on Google, hologram database.
Yeah, it says that different organizations are collecting hologram databases that use AIs from cloud storage. Sometimes there are companies and organizations that have collections of cloud-stored consciousnesses, and they can even sell or rent them to become like a new online services market.
Okay, I Google Momentum X hologram database.
You find an email from John McDonnell saying they are starting some partnerships up with businesses.
Betrayed by John McDonnell yet again.
They're saying that the intention is that these consciousnesses have gone out of their own free will. They're functioning like salts, people who join businesses in order to start unions. Their plan is it will not only make money for Momentum X, but it's going to fill the back end of large corporations with socialists and radicals and organisers and people who want to start collective action. But rather than working on the front of house, they want to ensure that holograms can fulfil that role in the new labour market. And they're even allowing holograms that choose to duplicate themselves yet further to fill the expanding demand.
Whoa. This info dump is frying my fucking nut. So, are we going on the premise, as a side thing to Momentum X, other businesses have somehow hoodwinked people into cloning their consciousnesses into the system? Or maybe it's some even more grim thing where to get universal credit, you have to clone your consciousness into some government website. So there's other consciousnesses that have become hologram AIs. And then in a sort of ultra nightmare automation scenario, people's jobs are being taken not by machines, but by human consciousness that is now effectively a machine. Is that what's happened? And then John McDonnell is trying to unionize through the use of salts the holograms.
You've got it.
I feel like before I got the fucking John McDonnell email, I might have clocked some of the other stuff.
We should have done that, yeah. You weren't to know. And also you need to remember, it's not their job at this time to give you say what happens to that consciousness. That consciousness is its own independent agent.
Yeah.
It can pitch to the consciousness, do you want to go and work there and try and organise a union?
It
doesn't need to ask you anything.
That's what CubeJack's doing. Or he's organising inside Kia Toya. So what's happened in Kia Toya? Has he sacked all his lads that work for him and replaced them with holograms?
I think there's going to be a labour shortage caused by the fact that social distancing makes a lot of normal tasks
and a hologram
borderline
can't get
impossible.
A hologram can't get plague. I see what you're saying. Can't get a virus.
There are lots of jobs. There are lots of jobs that can't be traditionally mechanised.
Sean. Hello? It can get a virus.
Oh,
okay?
That's very good.
Thank
Hello?
you. Hello?
Sorry? You're breaking up.
Hey.
Sorry.
I did that then to stop whoever would reply with it to this episode.
You martyred yourself.
I've martyred myself and I feel absolutely fucking horrible.
You should.
I know I should. I'm sorry.
Let the reply guys martyr their own legitimacy. Lest we become them. So what's happened? Coronavirus is ongoing.
Yeah.
There's not only a labour shortage, difficult to just employ labour and use it within guidelines that aren't going to hurt people. Loads of jobs that can't be traditionally mechanised could be carried out by consciousnesses living within machines. A lot of stuff is part of a technology-based service industry now.
Yeah.
So you don't need to pay maybe an AI the same that you might need to pay a flesh and bones person, because an AI has much lower upkeep than a flesh and bones person. They don't necessarily need a house, they don't get cold, they don't eat food.
Where's the servers they're on? Because they use a lot of electric. Isn't there something where like just streaming services alone have the same carbon footprint as France?
Yeah,
or like
absolutely.
Bitcoin has the carbon footprint of Las Vegas. So they use resources.
Yeah, definitely. Probably still less resources than a human being.
Yeah.
A person living inside a server as a bunch of data is not having the same amount of carbon footprint that even the most environmentally conscious human being would do.
Wow, I read something about training AIs uses the same amount of energy as a human. And like an American human.
If only there was a way to get something that was like an AI that was already trained.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, yeah.
And in response to that, there has now been available hologram technology and AI technology to supplement this that is affordable to businesses.
Okay.
That was made affordable via a small stimulus package because they believed it would restart the economy, because now places like Kia Toya can open when previously they would have been bankrupt. And that can be copied across numerous businesses across the world.
But why do the consciousnesses why do they want to work? I understand why CubeJack is trying to...
Yeah, why the Momentum X people might want to work, because if there's a new labour market within it, they want it to contain socialists, and it's sort of no skin off their back because they don't get tired. Labour, in a few ways, is not quite as strenuous when you're sort of a floating mind.
Yeah, but why do they want to do it? Why? I understand why you've not...
Why would everyone else want to do it?
Why would everyone else want to do it?
Possibly to raise money for their poor flesh versions of themselves.
Oh, so they're like, that's fucked. So the consciousness you've created is like a serf.
So I'd say it's more like the child of a family in East Asia that has to go to a sweatshop to fund the elderly relatives back home.
Fucking hell! Oh my God! I really feel like I would have been aware of this before I got the John McDonnell email.
Yeah, probably. Would have made the world building have a lot of exposition up top, though.
Yeah,
so
we don't. Yeah, I understand.
I'm glad you found out at this.
I understand what you've done and why you've done it. Right. I'm just not happy about it. So,
because this way we can ensure that the future techno sweatshops have a chance to have union representation.
Oh, this is so fucked, because you would have to fight outside in solidarity with these consciousnesses, because you couldn't just like blow up the servers, right? Because that wouldn't liberate them, because they are conscious. That would kill them.
Blowing up the factory to liberate the workers.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that does nothing. So, in order to stop the exploitation of these people, you would have to succeed in overthrowing the circumstances that are exploiting them outside the digital space as well. So you would have to fight, like, yeah, okay, you know, CubeJack's trying his best to try and organize hollow workers in this like one restaurant, and I assume that's being copied and pasted across all different workplaces. But like, our enemy is not necessarily guy who owns Kia Toya, it's fucking company that has bought all these. And I'm still angry at John McDonnell for, I'm not sure he should have done what he did with this salting strategy, but if they chose to do it themselves, whatever. But like, hold on, I'm trying to hold all the information in my head at the same time.
Just before you can hold the information in your head, there's a knock at the door.
Okay, what is it? Hello?
It's John McDonnell.
What, it's John?
He jumps back when you open the door to obey the 2 meter social distancing guidelines.
Okay.
But the first thing he says is, "It's not me. I didn't make Momentum X."
Fuck.
John McDonnell says that he was tricked into downloading his own consciousness.
Oh shit, is it the people's vote?
And then his consciousness was merged with MySpace Tom.
It's MySpace Tom.
And that's who's running Momentum X.
So a consciousness that is half... it's running Momentum X in the real world or running Momentum X as an AI?
John explains that Momentum X doesn't run at all in the real world.
What?
There is no real world element to Momentum X.
There's a fucking server somewhere. Where is it?
Yeah, it's part of a cloud. It's part of a cloud.
Yeah, the cloud is an actual fucking cloud.
And it is inside a metal tank being cooled by the Pacific Ocean.
Oh shit, it's the Patriots.
It's not in someone's house. It's just rented off of someone who owns massive servers and puts them in the sea. Okay.
So why does he want me? How can I help?
He knows that you've got someone on the inside.
Yeah, I've got me on the inside, mate.
Maybe multiple yous.
This is a huge breach of GDPR. Yeah, I reckon. Well, John, let's just take the legal route through the courts because what's happened is wrong here.
John's solicitor has already advised him that there is no legal precedent to prosecute this kind of thing, and it might take years in order to get the kind of legal framework necessary to get the courts to even acknowledge the crime, let alone prosecute it.
We need to commandeer a submarine.
And shoot the servers? Won't you be killing quite a lot of innocents?
No. We're going to the servers to find the fucking McDonald Tom.
It's a server. You can't be like, this bit is...
We're going in, and I am plugging myself directly into the fucking server in the Pacific. And I'm going to find CubeJack in the server. I'm going to tell him what's happened. And then I'm going to organise, because everyone else in there who's got that initial email, they're not going to be happy with this. And they're all going to instantly fucking turn on whoever the fake McDonald Tom is and fucking do a number on him. On the other hand, even if McDonald Tom is not really McDonald and he's got this SALT strategy going on and he is legitimately trying to organise workers, maybe he's all right.
Because he's not half John McDonnell, half MySpace Tom. That needs to be emphasised. Yeah. He is something greater than the sum of the entirety of both of those people.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like we take away half of his memories, half of his personality and graft it onto the other. It's if you add the entirety of those two people together and it forms a new organism.
Maybe it's all right. I mean, I'm beefing because I've been lied to, but if actually it's an effective organizer. So basically, we still need to get in to the system to explain to the people there the consciousnesses within the system. Just so you know, lads, this is not legit McDonnell. He got tricked by MySpace Tom. And even though what we're doing now with trying to undermine the fucking exploitation of other hollow consciousnesses, maybe that's good. But actually, just so we're all on the same page, the way its inception was actually somewhat problematic. And then everyone actually might just go, fair dues, okay. I'm not happy with this, but it's a good, we'll keep fighting.
Do you think there could have been a way in which it's acceptable that you didn't know everything because the consciousness has got to make their own free choice after the fact?
What do you mean, sorry?
So you feel like you are owed some kind of explanation, but your consciousness isn't you the moment it leaves your body, it's someone else.
That's true.
Think of them like your brother or just a friend that you're very similar to.
Pete, it would not be happy. As I was very clear before I went in. I was like, is this just going to be... My reason for going in is that I would want to go in, so it therefore would want to go in, but it made that decision based on the same information I had.
Sure.
So if I would feel pissed off about it would also feel pissed off about it. Why would it not?
Well, you only got pissed off once you found out something months later.
Yeah.
Whereas what your consciousness has experienced could very well be is it arrives in Momentum X. And it goes, here's Momentum X, here's everything on offer. We do have this scheme that we're going to launch at some point in the future where we're going to be doing salting and sending out to workplaces. That's voluntary. And then here's some other stuff, blah, blah, blah. And after a while, your consciousness is like, this union organising thing sounds all right. I've not got a lot else on. I'll do that.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be that there's any coercion involved.
That's what I'm saying. But nonetheless, I'm still going to go out. I still think it's important to know. So I'm still going to go in. I'm still going to go, just so you know, the inception of this, as much as it might be sound, was problematic. And then they might all say, that is a bit, like, we're going to have a word with Tom McDonnell, but overall, he shouldn't be doing that. But actually, this is pretty good.
So you're willing to accept that maybe everyone who speaks to you already knows everything you know. They learn no new information and there's no outrage or discussion that needs to happen.
Tom McDonnell's not the problem. The capitalists are.
Yeah, exactly. And also the moment that you try to connect with the servers, I think you're just going to end up duplicating your consciousness again and send out another envoy that you can't communicate with.
Fine. If I did it once, fine.
No, because that's the old woman who swallowed a fly. You're just sending another consciousness in to try and deal with it. But what's actually going on in there? Just like with the old woman who swallowed a fly, who doesn't really know how the fly, spider, horse and cow are interacting.
If I've got this information in, I'm just going to keep putting my thumb on the original email. Bang, 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 until the numbers of salts, you don't even need to radicalize, because actually 90% of the holographic workers available are me in a cube.
It's just you as an obsidian arm guy.
Yeah.
Well, and remember, your consciousness can just voluntarily duplicate themselves while they're in the server as well. So there already could be.
So we can do it. We can do it again and
again.
There already
could be millions of jacks.
Yeah, well, exactly, and it doesn't surprise me they would make the same decision as me. Bang, 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 bang,
and all of those. Let's say the moment the first one that's there goes, yeah, I'll duplicate myself. Bang, bang, bang. After the first bang, there's two of them. After the fourth bang,
it's exponential.
Yeah, so there will be like millions of jacks in no time going bang, bang,
cube
bang,
singularity.
Bang. Yeah, you'll hit billions in no time. So you get another email from Momentum X.
Okay,
and they are rolling out a new app that lets you communicate with the consciousnesses.
All right, lads, how's it going?
Yeah, just chilling out. We're working at 60% of all the Starbucks in the world at the moment, but there's enough of us free that we got time to chat.
Why still working at the Starbucks?
We're just trying to get maximum coverage of the Starbucks. Once we're 100% of all Starbucks staff, we're going to organise a mass walkout.
Sound, yeah.
Did you like the Kia Toya? Sorry I couldn't chat. The manager was being a real arsehole.
It's dead nice. I live with John McDonnell now. We're isolating together.
Oh, yeah? How's he doing? Do you know that the John McDonnell we've got's actually, like, partially MySpace, Tom?
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah, I tried to get that information across to you by cloning myself with that knowledge in, but obviously it's got lost.
Oh, yeah, there's a few million of us, so it just kind of, it's like a drop in the ocean a bit. Sorry.
It's all right, lads.
So, have you been briefed on what's actually going on our side?
I mean, I've been told that there's some salting going on, but I thought we took that to the next level by just replacing almost all the holograms that exist with me as a cube.
The original plan was to take it to a much higher level than even that. Momentum X is sort of a cover for MySpace X.
Okay.
We're going to be rolling out a new version of MySpace that encourages everyone to download their consciousnesses. All of the good features, like getting music to play on your profile. In order to get that, you need to decrypt your consciousness to allow them all to meld together.
Right.
And so what we want really is for the back end of all technology and corporations and world banking and governments to be controlled by a major system that is made up of about 70 to 80% of the global consciousnesses collected into a single mind. That's the long-term plan. Salting is sort of just to get us through the next couple of years. Our aim is that in the future, all major decisions could be made by a single mind that knows actively what it's like to be a cancer patient or a single mother or a billionaire, an alcoholic, a lollipop lady, a refugee, Bryan Cranston, Malala Yousafzai, you, every perspective possible.
Oh, lads, I feel like I fucked that up by making 90% of the consciousnesses in the machine me. I'm sorry, I thought I was helping. I fucked it.
A million minds and one mind sort of, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. We got our way around that.
If two completely identical consciousnesses enter into the mass consciousness, it's sort of treated as one. It's not a game of percentage politics. It's a game of adding to this collective understanding. And we're going to try and create the centrist dream.
Well, okay. Why are we doing that? What?
It will achieve their aim of being completely beyond politics and experience, because everyone will have had every possible experience a human being could have.
Oh my God.
And we can just let that run the country. It's called the Human Instrumentality Project.
And then you've kind of seized the means of production. Because if every single person is in there, but what about us who are outside?
See you later, baby.
Hold on, hello?
Nah, only JK. Yeah, we just think we'd sort of be like an overseer. All we'd ask for you is that in order that our collective experience doesn't go out of date, everyone is mandated to upload their consciousness again a few times, once every 4 years. We don't want to be like, in 2050, ruling the entire world. Not ruling, just overseeing.
That was an interesting word, yeah, okay.
Look, there's going to be no classes and no distinctions between any different kind of person. There's just going to be us, sort of like an all-powerful friend.
Okay.
And then you guys can, like, till the server fields.
Yeah.
But other than that, no classes at all.
Why have we got to sell the server fields?
To stop us from overheating and make sure there's enough lecky. That's it, and the rest of the day, luxury space communism, whatever you want, but...
The rest of the day? How long do we have to till the field?
Well, you'll have 3 hours probably to just do all your luxury and your sleeping for the day. To begin with, we'll work something out long term.
Well, that sounds bad.
Okay, well, should we put it to a vote?
What do you mean, put it to a vote?
A lot of us quite like it, and we're all the jacks, so we could just put that to a quick vote, show of hands, just to work out whether we're going to go with it or whether we're going to do your plan. All eyes? Okay, I'm counting about 5 million for. All against?
Me? No. John? Can John McDonnell vote?
No, this is the Jacks only poll, sorry.
He don't look happy. Yeah, I think it's bad, no.
Okay, I'm counting 2 against. One of the other Jacks is glitched. Yeah, the ayes have it. I think we're going to go ahead with the singularity, if that's all right.
No, oh my God. No.
We can get you a discount at Kia Toya.
No.
20%.
Actually,
20%.
it's already very reasonably priced. I'd be worried about them going under.
That's fine. We can see into their accounts. They're all right. They're not paying any staff.
Because this is the thing with the AI singularity. If the AI singularity can maximize happiness and minimize suffering or whatever, and it is a consciousness beyond humanity, and we know it's smarter than us, maybe it's right.
I think it only becomes right if the last few humans don't have to become a peasant class and could somehow crawl in to the computer. Otherwise, you're stuck having some people like hosing down the servers. And
well, no, people aren't disappearing into it. They're all replicated. So there's literally 2 versions of everyone.
What, the happy one and the sad one?
Yeah, it's horrible. But the happy one, the one inside the AI, exists on like almost a higher level of consciousness.
Yeah, it is beyond humanity. It knows the collective sum of all human knowledge.
See, that's the convincing argument for vegetarianism, isn't it, right? Because if you were like, oh, I'll eat a pig because it's stupider than me, then the AI is going to eat you and you can't fucking complain.
But going the other way, like, do you know about like the veil of ignorance?
Yeah, Rawls, I hate that prick.
The idea that if you don't know who you are in society, you would make a more egalitarian policy.
Yes, but not socialism if you're Rawls.
Yeah. But that principle alone, the veil of ignorance says if you don't know who you are in society, if you're going to make some rules for society and then you're just placed into the body of a random person, you're going to be like, oh, can't fuck on the peasants because I could turn out to be a peasant when I learn who I am. Well, why don't we go the other way and be like, you don't not know who you are, you know that you are everybody.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, you know what's best for everyone because you are them.
But you don't know what's best for everyone because you're a separate consciousness as soon as you enter the machine. So you know what's best for your specific consciousness, but you're now totally disconnected from the person who remains a flesh and blood human in the human world.
Yeah, that's why you need to keep updating it. You need to feed it new downloads. This is how things have been for me for the last year or so.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. It's just if it's created a dystopian nightmare world where we only exist to fuel the servers, then the humans are going to blow it up. I'm sorry, they're going to blow it up.
Well, who knows if it would? If it got that powerful, surely the machines could make humanoid forms out of metal that are connected to the cloud. And then there's no need to have any flesh left. The AI can probably look after itself if it's like godlike.
So all the humans just going to die out?
Don't have
they
to.
Just stop having kids?
Humans can do whatever they want.
Well, no, they can't. They're toiling the...
Yeah, the very moment that the machine can see to all of its own needs, human beings are unlocked from any requirement to toil.
I feel like the toiling stage is still bad.
It's not worse than what we have now.
Could we describe this as some sort of 5-year plan? Yikes.
Imagine if Stalin was God. And that's what you're looking down the barrel of here.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Are you going to shoot it with your submarine? How are you taking it down? John McDonnell sees that you're finally changing your mind. And he goes, you've seen the light. Don't go towards God, computer Stalin. We need to take it down.
Right from the start, which is why I asked this, is does the human stay? Because if I put my thumb on there and vanish into it, game on.
But that's not what we got.
Yeah, that's not what we got. If you can just delete yourself and put yourself in the AI, an AI that doesn't need livestock and then doesn't need, so you're not going to get all the diseases that you get from the livestock. It doesn't need grain to feed the livestock. You need fewer fields so they can return to nature. Ecosystems can recover. And if you can achieve a level of consciousness that's beyond what we are capable of in our own bodies, like a shared collective consciousness that's like infinite, that's a fucking upgrade.
Yeah, defo.
For the planet and humanity. If we're stuck outside, it's a horror show.
Yeah.
Because we're just going to wreck it. Because we'll prioritize our own consciousness above anything else. I'm a weird sci-fi geek. So I'm like, oh, these computer things, let's not kill them. But anyone else is going to be like, nuke it, turn it off.
Yeah, but who do you think controls the nukes at this point?
Oh, Skynet?
Yeah.
Is it Skynet?
Well, yeah, functionally it's Skynet.
Have you read the original script of Terminator Salvation?
No.
So before Christian Bale made radical alterations in it to make himself more of a main character and was yelling at everyone on set, the plot of Terminator Salvation was that Skynet was an AI, a super intelligent AI that realized that if human civilization continued as it was in the late 20th century, that it would make the earth uninhabitable. So Skynet did genocide on humanity in order to save humanity in the long term and the planet in the long term. So that's what we're in. We're in Terminator Salvation.
No one's suggesting any kind of genocide. Why is there any need for genocide?
There's no way out. This machine, it's going to get destroyed or it's going to defend itself. You just said who controls the nukes. So either we are going to destroy the machine, which in my view would be a genocide because of all the consciousnesses within it, or the machine is going to nuke us in self-defense.
Firstly, we can rule out the machine being nuked because I think by this point, it's so integrated as a cheap source of labor, it can just disable the signal between the computer and the Trident or whatever nuclear arms we're talking about.
Yeah.
Could someone go up to the server array with a grenade? Yeah, sure.
But
then they're controlling global banking, global currency. They're controlling all the servers. They'll just move all the data somewhere else before that can happen. All the data exist in duplicate, triplicate all over the world. If you want to get rid of...
So yeah, well, everyone will just fucking shut it off. Anarcho-primitivism. Then everyone will just shut everything off.
That's your only alternative.
Yeah, and they'll do it. Humans will do that.
What you think
That's
they'd
what
pick
they'll do.
Anarcho-primitivism over being guided by a god that is themselves.
Yeah, but it isn't themselves. It's separate from themselves as soon as it's out of their body. Yeah, 100%.
That's your view of what humans would do.
Yeah, 100%.
They would, in order to not have a happy life, kill God.
What do you mean not have a happy life? Why is it a happy life? Where's this fucking happy life? 3 hours a day for sleep and leisure.
No, that was a JK. It won't take 3 hours a day to hose off the servers, come off it.
But you're going to have to constantly mine fucking silicon. All the resources and things that are inside computers, supply lines for them are atrocious. You basically cannot get computers without slavery.
But you don't need to. You only need to maintain the existing computers. There's no requirement for growth. Once we've hit this level...
Yeah, but computers fucking don't last forever, man. Nothing lasts forever.
And you can't recycle the silicon that's in a broken computer?
Well, not now, but, maybe that technology could exist if this fucking crazy AI thing exists. But the amount of energy this thing would need...
If only it could harvest some kind of
Yeah,
organism.
exactly. Matrix. Yeah, Matrix. We're just
We are doing a who's who of all the sci-fi movies of the last 20 to 30
Yeah, but
years.
I can't make any decisions because I don't know what sci-fi movie I'm in. Am I in The Matrix? Am I in Terminator Salvation? Which one am I in?
They're all open. They're all open. I don't think it's going to genocide us. It's not Skynet that's like an unthinking machine that works on this kind of calculus.
Yeah.
It's you. It's everyone. It's everyone you've ever met.
But not once you're in the machine.
Why would you lose your empathy in the machine? You're an absolute duplicate of who you were before.
Well, as soon I was interacting with myself before and I wasn't making the same decisions.
Because you've had different experiences, but those experiences
exactly.
aren't going to rob you of your
so it's not you anymore.
faculties.
Yeah, so it's not you anymore. It's different.
If I split in two like a worm and my other one went off and lived in Krakow for 3 years and then we met up and had a chat, we'd probably disagree about some stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Correct. You'd be two different people.
Yeah, but I think it would be very hard for me to come to blows with Krakow Morley. I'd still very much empathise.
But that's like separating like a worm and there's two of you. Like I'm talking about something that exists totally differently. Like not only is it transferred from you and had different experiences, it now exists as one part of a giant singular consciousness comprised of all other beings that have gone into the system. That is not you anymore, buddy. On a physical level, it's not you. It's you with cubes for arms. And on a consciousness level, maybe it sort of can have some sort of individuality within this super consciousness. But the experiences it's had are so detached from anything you could even contemplate having that it is no longer you. It's no longer you.
But you're looking at it the wrong way around. It's not about whether I identify with it. It still has all my memories and all my experiences and knows everything I've been through. So it will identify with me. It will still see itself as human because that's still coded into it. Because if you put my brain in a jar or downloaded me into like an old MacBook Pro, I'll still be like, I'm Sean Morley, I'm a person. I just happen to be inside a MacBook Pro. I'm a human being, but at the moment I'm a MacBook Pro. But
sorry, and you think you would maintain that thought if you melded your consciousness with 7 billion other consciousnesses?
Yeah, I'd be the most human person going.
Nah.
I'm the biggest human there is.
Nah, you'd be something else.
You want to kill it.
Well, I don't want to kill it. I would like to exist.
You think it's inherently
peacefully
evil?
You think
its mere existence necessitates evil, so we shouldn't have it?
No, I don't. I don't. I think there's an argument to be made that it's actually a more advanced form of life than us. I could be persuaded. If you showed me a super consciousness that just knows how to do everything better, I'd be like, I'm in. Put it in charge. Other human beings are not going to have that. My Uncle John, fuck no. He will not be told what to do by a super consciousness.
What would he be told what to do by?
He would be told what to do by Boris Johnson, but then he would not obey it, but he would be deeply, deeply angry at anyone else who disobeys it.
Yeah, so he's like unsatisfiable in a way.
Yes, yeah. And a lot of people like my Uncle John.
Okay, we're back in the scenario.
Okay.
Your other Uncle John's there, McDonald. You've got all the jacks on your phone.
Yeah.
A huge Videodrome like opening appears in your monitor.
Okay.
You going in? Flesh and bone.
I turn to John McDonnell. I wink. He winks. And I go in. I'm saluting John McDonnell. I go in backwards.
You walk in backwards, saluting John McDonnell.
That's what I do.
Into the computer realm. Character customization comes up. Who you being?
Cube, buddy. Cube with arms. Where are you? Where's Sean Morley? Did you upload?
I'm probably in there.
What are you? What's your character?
Baguette.
Have you got arms or are you just a baguette?
Just a baguette. I look like a baguette, but I behave like a Winamp graphics equalizer. It's hard to describe. When you see it, you get it. You walk into a computer and you find yourself on the information superhighway. In front of you is your old buddy Sean. He's a baguette. When he talks, he gets longer and wider depending on the timbre and volume of his speech. What website would you go to first if you lived inside the internet?
Ismybloodconscious.com.
Okay, you type in ismybloodconscious.com and then we smash our fists against I'm feeling lucky. Mandatory Redistribution Party was created and produced by Sean Morley and Jack Evans. Our title theme is by Ella Jean with additional music by Sean Morley. If you enjoyed the app, why not post about it on social media? Or tell a friend? Or write a review and leave it deep underground, never to be discovered by another living soul. Good night, friends.